Hello,
stream.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
today's version of the Winner Circle. I
Chase,
am
you're muted.
here today. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. I'm here today with Tyler Helms and Chase Elliott. Boys, how are you doing today?
Chase Elliott.
Oh, Chase Elliott. Well, he
You
doesn't
just
drive
you
like
just
him,
said
so my bad.
you,
I meant Chase
you
George. Chase George. My apologies.
we know damn well he doesn't drive like Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott sucks.
Oh, whatever. Anyways, boys, we're gonna try and make this quick today, just to make sure we're done with everyone's time. Let's get to business. Watkins Glen. Almost 2 weeks ago, we got a little bit of a break off for the Rolex 24. Guys, let's talk about Cup Classic first. Zachary Trevino leads the points. He's basically locked in. He's followed by
Yes.
Nicholas Rode after a very strong couple of races here in the round of 8. And then you got Tyler Helms. Tyler, you look really good up there. Peter Hoppy takes the final spot right now as it stands. Max Ford is going to try to fight his way in tomorrow. Then you got Thunderberg, Jackson Brown, and Rex Rowe. Boys, what do we think?
Of what, the
Um,
points or the race?
Just everything, everything.
Well, I think the race, I think it was pretty good. I mean, normally tracks and road courses suck. I think the having the driving line on helped for people not overdriving corners and locking the brakes up. At least for me, I had decent pace most of the race. I think at one point I was up to fourth or third, and potentially could have finished fourth, fifth around there. And then late race restart had a little bit of damage and hit the wall off of the final corner. And you hit the wall in the trucks, and it just you get the rear end damage, and the car's just so unstable. So we parked it, but I'm pretty sure the points are kind of set, at least in my opinion. I mean, I'm third, and all I have to do is show up and get in. Peter's got, what is that, like 130 basically gap. I mean, the odds that Max Ford gains 130 points while Peter is there is pretty low. But I think the points are pretty locked up, and I think the racing at Watkins Glen overall was really good.
yeah, I think it's pretty well settled too. Especially I think Max is at college right now, so the only way he'd be able to make it in is if he had a sub perform really good, and I don't even know. As far as I'm aware, he doesn't have one. So I think it's set for the final four. Um, just gonna be everyone's just gonna be going for the win at Phoenix, having a good time. I think
I might not be here.
oh well there you go. I think yeah, there won't be much bubble battle drama. And it'll be Zach, Nick, Tyler, and Peter battling out for a championship next week.
Alright, and that settles our Cup Classic points right now. Guys, who are our picks for tomorrow?
Trace
If I sh-
McDowell.
if I show up me,
If you
I
help
got.
you.
I have Trace McDowell.
actually I
Uh,
don't know. I think my elbow hurts from pitching and the force feedback with the truck at like in the middle of the corners. It's really hurting. So I don't know. I might be quick. I mean, I won it last year, so I'm trying to defend the belt. But the overall goal is to win the championship and get the hell out of the series.
see, I have a lot of confidence in Trace to win it this week. I mean, he had a great run last weekend at Watkins Glen. Nearly won his first race, lost at Heartbreak, but went toe to toe with some of the best. And there was a practice earlier this week. I think it was yesterday actually. And I mean, he was just top. He was top of the board. He was flying. Not even Jacob could get him. So and Jacob, won championship last season. So we know he's got a lot of skills. So uh, should be a fun race. But I think Trace is gonna get it done and get his first win.
I think it's gonna be if I'm here, I think it's gonna be me or Zach. Which if I'm not here, I'm gonna try to get probably Logan to sub for me to lock myself in fully. But I think if I'm here, I think it's gonna be between me and Zach. That's what it was last season. We were battled pretty hard. And
Whoa, 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 whoa!
what?
I about won that race. But anyways, here we
Well,
Anyways.
me and Zach were the two fastest most of the race, and I got lucky
go.
with a late race caution caused by that number 15 machine.
Yep.
2 laps
Oh.
down,
Mhm.
and I Zach didn't have any tire sets left. I had one, and I beat him off the start and drove away and won. So
Yeah,
I
you
feel
guys
like I
got
can do
a
that again.
miraculous caution at the end, so
Yeah, I wonder
that
what that was
turned
from.
things over on its head. Um, anyways,
Still haven't won in my own league.
yeah, so that wraps it up for Cup Classic on that side of things. And then we go over to Hyperdrive. You got Kai Collymore at the top of the point standings, guys.
Hector Galazzo. No, you should just say Hector Galazzo or
Oh,
Kai
yeah.
Moore slash Hector Galazzo.
Yeah, I can see the argument for that. Obviously, he's had Hector sub for him in both races so far.
One.
I think he's still. I think he's still gonna make it into the round four.
Who, Kai?
Yeah, Kai. I
Oh
still
yeah, I
think.
mean he's in by 22 points. Like if he manages to fumble it that bad, I mean like hell, he might need to be whoever signed him might need to reconsider if he falls out of the final four.
I've kind of come up to the not come up to the conclusion, but I've kind of accepted that I'm not gonna win off raw pace. I know I'm not the best in the next gens at all. So I know that I'm literally just gonna have to survive and hope one of the guys in the front four either wrecks out or has gets like wrecked like late in the race and has really bad damage and finishes towards the back, and then I'd have to finish top five. I've kind of accepted that's the only chance I can get in. Which I think, if let's be honest, if there's gonna be two people that are gonna wreck, it's gonna either be Kai Moore or Jacob Quill.
Yeah, with that,
Can we talk
it's
about how wrong the point standing thing is? It says race winner Nicholas Martinez Jr., but on the car it clearly says Hector Collazo on there.
listen.
The guy that made that graphic is
A
really
little bit of
Listen.
mix up in the graphics department, I guess.
Yeah, whoever made that's a real idiot.
It was you,
But
huh?
nope. Anyways, yeah, the bubble battle. Jacob, Fernand, Zach, Kai, they're all in. And no offense to you, Tyler, I think it's going to stay that way. Jacob, pretty strong at Phoenix. Finnegan, we know, is strong at Phoenix. About won it last season. Granted, had a little help from Yellow, but he was still up there the entire race, top three. And it was his first start. And Zach's just consistent. He doesn't need a whole lot to get there. For it to change, I think it's going to really take a win from, Kendorian or you, Tyler.
yeah, it's not happening. I'm gonna be honest. Me winning in the next gens.
Well, anyways.
Um, yeah, you got Jackson Brown at the bottom of the standings. I don't think he's gonna make it in, unfortunately for him. I don't see how it's possible, unfortunately.
No, that's fortunately, not unfortunately. Unfortunately means it's a bad thing that he's
Oh,
not gonna get in.
anyways, guys, what are our predictions for tomorrow's race? Or I'm sorry,
You just
Saturday's
asked that.
race for Hyperdrive.
Logan Brink.
Local bank, we got one Logan Brink. Who else we got? Chase, who you got?
Probably if Logan shows up, probably end up being him. I mean he's really strong. At Phoenix, I think Finnegan's gonna give him a run for his money. But I think
You guys are doubting Logan Brink's capabilities.
I wonder if Dylan Banks is gonna be there.
If he is, I'm sure he'll give everyone a run for their money. But me personally, on Saturday, on Saturday,
I wish Dylan Banks was at Sky High next
I
season.
wish there was a this week's schedule message out there so I could see who's attending the race this Saturday.
I wish Dylan
Well,
Banks.
that's not on me, Christian Zarate.
It's
I
not
wish
me.
Dylan
Well,
Banks was at Sky High Racing next season.
anyways.
I tried. Okay, don't yell at me.
Whoa. Guys,
Damn.
what's with the aggression?
I love Dylan.
Yeah, I wish he would have came over here, but he didn't want to.
No, he did. You just didn't offer
So
him.
what was the
I did
fallout
offer
then?
him.
What was the fallout then?
Not enough money.
Oh,
Not any money.
Can we talk about how everybody's Daytona 24 went?
Oh. Anyway.
What?
Here we go. Here we go. Anyways, honestly,
Somebody's in rookie
let's
class and can't
let's
ride.
talk about some off-season moves. How about that, guys?
Okay.
Yep.
Some off-season
There's a,
moves.
there's a lot of those.
Yeah, a lot of off-season moves. We're gonna start all the way back towards January 15th. I think that's the day that really everything opened up. And I'll start off at 1:21 a.m. with a message from Chad Tubala, and he
That's
offered
funny.
Michael Mitchum. How do you think that turned out? Didn't turn out so well. Then
No,
RJR,
that's
Rex
good.
Jenkins' team, offered Carson Moore. He accepted. Stephen Maggio hasn't gotten back to McKinney. Sky High offered Drake Hardy. No response back. No response back also from Hector Colasso for Sky High. Then 50-50 offered Peter, who accepted. And Nicholas Rode is going to 50-50 next season as well. And then Connor Murphy actually declined an invitation to join Rex Jenkins' team. Spencer Morris hasn't gone back to Toyota Ford Development. And Max Ford has, of course, joined his own team. No surprise there. Then how about Filter Time Racing? Their Cup Classic team offered Trace McDowell. And Trace McDowell will race for Filter Time Racing this offseason to either the 08, the 8, or the 88. I'm not sure.
He's running the. Here, I can tell you. He is racing the 88.
Oh, okay. So that's good for Trace McDowell. And then Damian Cisneros, the rookie this season, is going to Filter Time Racing Cup Classic as well. So congrats to Damian Cisneros. And RJR partnered with Rex Rowe. And all that all took in one day. That was only one day. So that was just a crazy day, of course, for offseason moves. Then the next day, Connor Murphy was offered to Filter Time. Still hasn't gone back to them. And then Kai Collymore actually accepted a ride to Filter Time. So he's looking to get mentored a little bit there by, by Trace McDowell. Assuming he needs it, which he probably does. Lesson Cup Classic. Hector Colazo was offered as a reserve driver for one season for Kimura Motorsport. He hasn't gone back to them. And then Cup Classic, Brogan Whitworth accepted an invitation for Filter Time Racing. So Carter Cook, some big moves. Koch, some big moves this offseason.
It's Cook.
And then guess who is returning to Sky High Racing after multiple seasons of not being there? Ladies and gentlemen, Brady Streckengoss is back in the 15 for at least one season with Sky High Racing. That's a big name. It's about damn time.
Oh, did he accept?
Yeah, he accepted that.
Dude, you're a fucking team owner. You didn't even know this.
Whoa! And then
He hasn't
Zachariah Cartledge.
I checked him for a couple days.
Zachariah Cartledge was offered as a reserve driver for Rex Jenkins' team in Cup Classic. And he still has not gone back to that. I can see why. And then Brian Shore, the rookie, next season will be a reserve driver for the Hyperdrive Cup Series for Filter Time Racing. And then I'm glad to announce that Canadian Motorsports' Xfinity Series team offered me 2 seasons in the 53 Toyota Supra. So shout out to Canadian Motorsports. I'm excited to work with them next season. And then Logan Brink was offered also earlier today to the Ford 08 for Cup Classic Filter Time Racing next season. And that wraps up a couple days worth of off-season rambling. What are some names that pop out to you guys there?
Well, my name didn't get mentioned at all. That's kind of messed up.
But you didn't get offered in the last couple days.
I thought he started from the beginning.
No.
No, that was just the last couple days.
Oh.
I mean,
but
we all know that you're
I'm happy to return. You know, the Borderline Racing is not a good ownership team.
Whoa.
So, I'm excited.
Hey, I'm going there. Calm down, Bucko.
Yeah, you'll
no,
figure
good
it
luck.
out. You'll figure it out.
I wish Zach luck as well. But
I don't think the ownership there is that good, so I really didn't want to be there. I mean, my teammates don't even actually work with me anymore, so.
Anyways, yeah, there's
One
a
name-
lot of good teams next season.
one name that stood out to me was Damian Cisneros.
Hmm.
He only ran a couple races this season, but he joined very late in the season. He joined halfway through the playoffs. In those couple races, he performed pretty good. Um, Honestly surprised me, considering the last time we saw him was 2 years ago at the back of the field. So, um, yeah, I had the chance to talk with him after his first race in the Truck Series at Kansas. He said he was excited to be back and was ready to take it serious. And he did just that. He did a great job. And I think him at Filter Time, working with experienced Kai and Trace, who has coaching from his father. I think it's a pretty good
Coaching,
fit. Yeah,
it's a little bit more than coaching, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at it right now too, and Brady, he's racing, man. He's finally back. It's been a long time. I missed that guy. He was a pretty good racer. Always made some really good setups, and I'm happy. I mean, Gus is back, and I think he's actually going to be someone to look for next season in both divisions. I mean,
it's.
he
I mean,
holds himself with a lot of. He has a high standard for himself, and I think he's able to meet that standard the majority of the time.
it's hard to say though. I mean, being out of a rig, the sim racing in general for a year, over a year. It's a some people think they can just jump back into it. Not everyone can, and especially since
Yeah.
the last time he was here, there's a lot more competition.
I wasn't even here.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot more
mean, we
competition.
seen
Jacob
Logan.
wasn't even running.
Mm-hmm.
We seen Logan take like a 1.5 month break, and how far he dropped off.
Exactly. So he's still one thing he was known for. He's always been known for is how good he is with strategy, and there's no doubt that that's going to be the same. He'll still have that smart aspect about him, but pace wise, I don't expect a whole lot from this season. I expect him to be around the bubble because he's definitely faster than some people. I think he'll still be faster than some people that are in the playoffs. But I think next season is just going to be more competitive general. So I could see him just barely missing out in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Sky High. I think we'll be pretty decent next year. I mean, obviously we're an underdog team. Peter doesn't have a win in hyperdrive. I don't have a win. I don't know about Brady. I was never here when he drove, so I think we're an underdog team, but I think we can be pretty competitive and potentially get like a few wins.
I, me personally, I think everyone is sleeping on Mach 5 Racing. Such a stacked lineup. Dylan Banks in the 16. Again, this is Hyperdrive. You got Dylan Banks in the 16. You got Kendorian Davis in 25. Chase Crawl in the 31. You got Kyle Crane in the 77. That is a very good lineup. And I don't. No one has mentioned Mach 5 Racing, I don't think, until up in this point. Which I kind of regret. Because that is a scary lineup to look at, guys.
Yeah, I mean the definitely with Kenorian Davis. Honestly, what might be one of the most consistent drivers in the field, if not the most consistent driver in the field. And
Well, we said that,
Dylan,
and then last week, or last
uh,
race, he let me down, man. He let me down.
it was a road course though. He's not known for his road course capabilities. Dylan Banks though, Dylan Banks reminds me of Logan Brink
All
early
right, dude.
on. He's the way he just runs. He's not. I don't think he has quite the pace of Logan, but they're very similar in the aspect that they just like are very smooth in and off the corners, saving tires.
I'll say I did compete with Dylan Banks for 35 laps at Bristol this season.
Wow, that's crazy.
Then my tires died.
Um, yeah, that's gonna
But
be a very good team to look at. I mean, even Hendrick Red Bull Motorsports, Spencer Morris, Jacob Quill, Zachary Trevino, Logan Brink, and you got Trevor Huff as the reserve driver. That
it
looks like
if they don't
prime
win,
Roush racing.
if
That looks
that
like
team
that's
doesn't win,
prime. That's 2019 Joe Gibbs. That's prime Roush. That's prime Hendrick. That is beautiful. That is a lineup that I think will have over 75% of the wins next season. Mark my words.
I
Seventy-five
don't think
percent of the
so.
wins. 75% of
I
the wins is gonna go to Hendrick
They're
Rental.
giving a lot of credit for that
I
team.
think
Well,
I don't think
deserve to give him
75.
credit. You got Spencer Morris, Jake Quill, Zachary Trevino, Logan Brink. Logan Brink,
Okay, well,
the most
okay,
winningest driver
listen.
of the UiS.
Okay, yeah,
And
but
you
when's the
say
last time
I
Logan's
don't
won a
have
race?
merit to my
But how
argument.
many does okay? Winningest driver in UIS, only 2 wins this season. One of which is a super speedway. So I've talked to him several times. He said he's just not putting as much effort into it. It's not that he's just, he doesn't want to practice every day like he did when he won his championship. He's just in it for the fun now. So he's gonna win when he wins. He'll win. He'll just
Okay.
finish where he
All right.
finishes.
The thing is with that
What about one
team,
of the hottest drivers in the league right now, Zachary Trevino? How
when's
about
the
him?
He's
last time he's
he's
won?
honestly he's fallen off since playoffs started.
No. No.
He's still
Don't.
consistent,
Oh.
but if you look at
No.
his finishes,
No.
they have
No.
dropped. He's not been competing for wins since playoffs started.
Yes,
He's been finishing
Watkins
good.
Glen. Watkins Glen. He was just competing at Watkins Glen.
No, he was
One
not.
race.
He was running fifth and sixth the entire race.
The hottest,
I'm
I would
thinking
say,
about, I'm thinking about Cup Classic. That's my bad. I'm thinking about Cup Classic.
honestly, the hardest driver on that roster coming into next season is Jake Quill. I'm not saying that Zach's not going to win races. I'm not saying Logan's not going to win races. They're just not going to win as many as you proclaim. I could see 50. I could see 50% of the races. But that's, I think, the ceiling. I could see them winning the team championship.
Trevino, he came second last race. He came second,
Yeah.
only to Hector Colazo.
Yeah,
And we
because
know
of the green
Hector
white
is probably not
checkered.
even going to race full time next season.
Listen, if there was no green white checkered, Logan would have finished second. Zach would have finished like sixth behind Martinez Jr.
Then let's see, he got unlucky at Auto Club. I think he finished like 13th. He finished 18th
Yeah,
at
because
Auto
he
Club.
sped.
Whatever. That little unlucky. Then at the Roval, third. At Bristol,
Yeah.
8th. Okay, all right, 8th. But he was also 2 laps down. I'm pretty sure he also got a penalty there.
No.
Excuse me. And then at Charlotte Oval, third. At Michigan, third. At Atlanta doesn't count. Las Vegas, 5th.
I should have
Texas,
won.
2nd. And I'll stop at Indianapolis Road Course, P2. So don't give me that. Oh, he's falling off. No, don't say that. He's not falling
His
off.
his overall pace has fallen. He
Can
went
you
from
mute,
being
can you mute me real quick?
can what?
Can you mute me real quick?
Mute.
I got you.
Yeah, I got to talk over the radio.
All right, go ahead, Chase.
He I mean, like, I'm not saying he's a bad driver. Still a great driver. Still a championship threat, But he went from being the favorite, and he's gotten surpassed from being the favorite. Now Jacob's the favorite. And, maybe he hasn't fallen off. Maybe Jacob's just gotten that much better. But
I think
to,
this is a
to me,
this is a bold statement to make, considering he has the most points the entire season. I just think that's such a bold statement.
He's a great finisher, but he's not a race winner. You will get a dozen top threes out of the guy, but you'll only get 1 or 2 wins a season.
I don't know. I think this is an argument we'll try and pick up another day. Thank you, Chase. And Tyler, anything else to add there?
About what? Zach?
Yeah, the whole situation.
I mean, obviously we know he's good. He can compete. It's just I think it's at the point he has stretches where he's either really good or he's towards the back. I think he's at like one of the stretches where he's towards the back. I mean, you can look at finishing position all you want, but like if you actually see where he's at in the race, obviously where you're at in the race doesn't determine where you're going to finish every single week. And like what you said, Watkins going to get to second. Realistically, he should have finished 5th or 6th. So, I mean, he's been not competing for wins, but he's still been like top 5, top 10 every week, basically. So, I mean, he's fallen off a little bit, but like he's still going to be at the front next season. It's not like he's going to be bottom 15.
Any other arguments anyone wants to have?
Let me look at the rest of this roster.
Ah, nah, nah. Trying to argue.
Borderline Racing, they're not gonna have a good season next season.
Excuse you?
Okay, they'll
Excuse you?
they'll have a good season.
Excuse you?
Not as good of a season they just had. The season that team just had is not gonna be beat ever.
Do we have Jackson Brown trying to
Yeah,
argue in
they
general?
lead the points by 800 points in
They
the
have
team
14
standings.
wins this season.
Exactly.
Guys, we have Jackson
No,
Brown trying to argue in
borderline only
general,
has
but
6.
Jackson Brown hasn't won a race in 5 seasons.
Mm.
Maybe he'll be able to do it now that he's in the Toyota group again.
He put 2.
His one win came with Toyota, Talladega, season 2. He left Toyota at the end of the season. That was his best season to date. He's after 2 seasons, he's gone back to the Toyota camp with some familiar faces. So, talking about Jackson Wright, he honestly could have his best season to date coming up.
I'm the truck merchant though, so
Whatever.
Yep, you are a truck merchant.
I'll take the title.
Well, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for us today here at the Winners Circle. I want to thank Chase George and Tyler Helms so much
Can I say
for.
one last thing?
Better not be inappropriate.
That's not. I'd rather be a truck merchant than sucking ass in every car
Oh, there goes the
like Jackson Brown.
monetization.
I mean, no, that's fine. That's fine. I agree with you, Tyler. Like,
Everybody always tries to clown on me for being a
I
truck
don't know how to
merchant, but
explain it, but I just feel like it would be better to be good at one thing than not good at
yeah.
either.
I mean, everybody's trying to make fun of me for it or whatever, only being good in trucks and not being able to do anything in the next gens. But half the people that are saying crap suck in the next gens and they suck in the trucks and they don't win. AKA Maxwell Funderburk. When has Maxwell Funderburk ever won a race? Maxwell Funderburk's closest win was tying for 3rd place at Talladega, and he was the one who tried to start it. So I feel like one of the
There's,
only people that could say anything is Jacob Quill because Jacob is actually good in both cars.
I mean,
So
there's a reason Funderburk's a reserve driver next season.
huh?
There's a reason Funderburk's a reserve driver next season in the
Exactly.
Cup Series.
He's not good. So
Well,
that's all. That's all I needed to say.
that's it. That's it. Thank you guys so
And
much.
if I win the championship, then nah, I can't say that. I guess you can
Whoa,
get. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
folks!
That's
Make sure to tune in tomorrow at around 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow for the Truck Series at Phoenix, the penultimate race of the season. And that will be it all. Tomorrow and then Saturday, Hyperdrive, penultimate race of the season from Phoenix. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is Chris from the UiS. Have a good night, everyone. Drive home safely.